Hey everybody, what is up? It's your boy Ghost Dog back in the house. So let's talk a little bit about Kabam accountability. This week, something interesting happened. For those who've been following me for a while, just because we were in an alliance together. For those who've been following me since, I really started pushing my YouTube page. I think first off, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Up over 260 subscribers. And I know you're probably saying, Ghost, you didn't post a video this week. Well, there's a real good reason why. Now, before I get into that, let's talk about, since I've been playing the game, I think I started back in 2016. I think is when I started playing the game. I started off as a casual player, just had something to do, keep my mind off stuff, just inadvertently. And then later in 2017, when my granddaughter was born, I actually, first time I joined our Alliance, so it'll be 2 years ago on the 20th of this month when I actually first joined an Alliance. Since then, met a lot of good people, made a lot of online friends. Uh, so love the game for that. I've always been the one that wanted to do my own progressions. I never took shortcuts. It may have cost me a few units, but I never took shortcuts. I never asked anybody else to do my content for me. If I couldn't complete it on my own, I just wouldn't do it. In arena, I grind a little bit. I've only went for like 2 champs ever. In my arena grind, most of the time I'm just grinding for units, grinding for battle chips so I can get more units, gold, things like that. And then shards, 4-star and 5-star shards. Just so I can continue to keep opening up crystals and things like that so I can progress my champs roster. Never been one to use bots. Never been one to ask anybody to do anything for me. I've never had a reason to not be able to place my own defense or do my own war lines. If you guys seen any of my war videos, you guys know I have no problem posting videos of when I die. I'm not the greatest player. I'm not a bad player. I'm not going to be, I'm not the greatest player. I'm a pretty average player probably for this game. I'm probably just like most of y'all. So with that being said, this week I was at the gym. I had just logged off of AQ, went into the gym, came back out, or was actually finishing up my workout. Wanted to check in on my alliance that I'm doing on Dorks 1, just to see where we're at progression wise. I get in and a message came up and I was like, that's got to be incorrect. So I don't have all the great video editing skills yet on my phone, but so we're going to take you over to to what transpired from the moments I left the gym on Wednesday. All right, so this is the message that popped up right here. I was like, ban for failure for terms and service violation. I was like, I've never done anything wrong in the game. And so I was like, oh, that's wrong. It's got to be incorrect. So I kind of logged off and I kind of closed out the app because I had it pop up before one time and I did that and it went right away. It was just like a glitch or something. So I was like, oh, this has got to be a glitch, right? Pops back up again. When I log back in, I'm like, this can't be right. So I finally started reaching out to a couple people and it's like, oh yeah, there's a glitch in the game. A couple of people we know got banned for the same reason, just out of the blue for nothing. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, how do I fix this? I was like, oh, well, go to the forums, find a support staff and see if they can help you out. So I did. I did go to the forums. So my initial visit to the forums, I accidentally posted it in the forums themselves in the general discussions and forgot that can't put those there. So I was like, oh, I need to talk to a person. So the moderator who closed out my discussion in the forums, I was like, yeah, my bad. Sorry, I forgot about that. Wasn't trying to post it there. I really was just trying to get somebody's attention. Is there a way you can point and direct me? And I believe, well, let's back up a little bit. So I couldn't figure out where to go on the forums initially at first. I sent this email. I went to the app store, found Kabam's email address, So this was the first, and I'm gonna flip this so you guys can read this a little better. Hopefully it flip with me. Yeah. So I got this message first. It says, please don't provide player support via the email address. I said, all right, cool. Got it. So then I went to ask a couple people like, hey, how do I get to the forums? And so a couple people helped me out. They gave me some links and got to the forums. First, I accidentally posted the wrong thing about what's in the forums. So as you can see, there is my original message in the forums. How do I get a member of the support team? My account has been banned for no reason. I've never given any money for anyone for any reason. I make all my own purchases from my account in game. Can someone point me in the right direction of whom to speak with? Immediately, like 2 minutes later, Kabam Rose hits me back and says, hey, the forums are not the place to discuss any action taken in individual accounts, including in-game bans. There's more information located, and she sends me this. And so finally, I was like, oh yeah, I can't post that there. So I actually tapped her name and got her PM. And so I sent her a PM and said, hey, sorry about posting in the forums. Forgot about that. Is there any way that you can point me in the right direction, or can you help me with what my issue is? Haven't heard back from that person since. So then I was like, well, let me continue to keep moving forward. I said, let me do this support team. How do I get a member of the Kabam support team? I have an issue that needs addressed immediately. Finally, after a little while, I didn't screenshot those. I wish I did. Maybe. No, I didn't. All right. I thought I did, but I didn't. I finally got someone from the support team to finally get back to me after a few other people hit me up about a few things, and also in the post. And he put the information in there. So I hit him up privately. Now that was just the other day. As a matter of fact, that was just yesterday. So I'm giving them a couple more hours to kind of get back with me on that. I understand that they probably get PM'd a lot about a lot of different things. They got to read through the PMs, decide which ones are legit ones to kind of come back to, discuss in further detail. So I'm waiting on to hear back from them on that. So finally I find someone sends me a link to where I can actually email the support team about stuff. But they did forewarn me. You're probably going to get a lot of bot responses. So my very first email I sent in, as you guys can see, it was from here. So my boy Fabs, who's one of my officers who speaks Portuguese, obviously in his native language, I said, Fabs, bruh, I can't read that. So someone he found me the English version, and I was able to send that one off. I said, all right, cool. That was the title of my first submission to that board. And I need help. And I kind of explained what was going on. And they sent me back this response. Probably a bot response to a point, but it had a little bit more of a feel of a human being in it. It said, first, we'd like to thank you for taking time to submit your concerns to us. We are currently experiencing a large number of contacts regarding this specific issue, and so we may be unable to answer you individually. With that being said, we did want to let you know that we are currently investigating your concern. As soon as we have an update, you will be among the first to know. In the meantime, if you have any concerns or questions regarding a separate matter, then please feel free to submit another case to us, and we will be more than happy to look into this for you. That's all right, cool. So I said, all right. Well, at that point, there's nothing else more I could do, right? I just kind of have to sit back and wait, work with my alliance, try to get things coordinated. It was in the middle of like day 3 AQ. So it's like really bad timing. It was also first day back for war. And I hadn't placed my defense yet. I was kind of like, okay, well, hopefully they'll get it worked out. But for me, by first thing in the morning, I'll be able to place my defense, and all will be well in the world. So from there, I go to waiting, and then I finally get this email. And this was kind of like, get another bot response. Thank you for coming back to Kabam support. Our records indicate that the account has been suspended for violating our terms of services. Okay. That's what you told me in the game. I get that. It said it can include account sharing or use of explicit or third-party applications that alter the mechanism of the game. I said, well, I don't do any of that, so I need to know more. So to ensure the security of our game, we'll be unable to share the exact investigation details for the security of the game. So we all remember when Kabam was talking about, oh, we want to be more open with our communication with our players and so on and so forth. And if it is actually a legit banning, then why would they hide why the person got banned? Especially somebody who was saying, hey, I haven't done anything to deserve a ban. What did I do? Please explain more detail. So maybe I said, well, maybe I didn't go far enough into my want of what I needed for uh, for wanting to know about what was going on. So I said, all right, cool. Let me take a deeper look even further. Let me ask again. So I asked again, and I continue to keep getting the same message. And I said, man, so I asked again. I went back to this form and I asked again. And this time I put, I need help. And in the message box said, I need help explaining something in game. Yeah. So I need help. I need help explain something to me in game. I thought I put that on here. Yeah. There it is. So I just put the screenshots out of order, but for some reason I was banned. And then no, I didn't put that in there. I put that in there. Then this gentleman, Sebastian, reached out to me. He says, "Greetings, seminars. I'm Sebastian at your service. Thank you for reaching out to Kabam support." Okay, so I got a person this time. I got an actual person this time. So who's actually going to, be able to relate to a person. Do know that we support are here to help to the best of our abilities. With that said, may you please enlighten us about your concerns. You may send us also a screenshot showcasing your issue. We humbly seek your cooperation. Looking forward to hearing back from you. Kind regards, Sebastian, Kabam support. It's like, great, finally a person. I was like, man, I'm going to finally get some headway. This was Thursday night. This was Thursday. And I was like, all right, great. Finally, a person got back with me Thursday afternoon because I think I did this over lunch. So then finally I was like, all right, cool. So then I sent this message to him. I said, for some reason I was banned and do not understand why. I do not share my info with anyone and I do my purchases directly in game. I am at a loss on what I could have done to have been affected by this ban. I do videos of my fights, share them at times on YouTube, along with a weekly crystal openings. This isn't only affecting my daily purchases on things like daily card that I have going on right now, but I am also an alliance leader and cannot effectively lead my alliance because of this. If this is a legitimate ban, just to clarify, I said if this is a legitimate ban, which we knew it wasn't, but maybe they had a reason. What the reason or reasons, and I meant to put are, so I don't make the same mistake going forward. Because again, I, in my knowledge, have done nothing wrong. I play all my own games. I don't no one else plays for me. No one places my defense for me. No one does any of that for me. I do everything through line with my alliance. I talk, every move, decision we make through there. So that could have been going on. And I make all my own purchases in game. If I actually took you guys to my Google Play Store and showed you all my purchases, you guys some of you would probably be like, wow, Ghost, that's probably a lot more than I thought you paid. But yeah, I make all my own purchases in game. So right now, if this is a legitimate ban, what was the reason or reasons so I do not make this mistake going forward? Because from everything I've done to this point over 3 years on this game, in my understanding, is following terms of service. Thank you for your time and helping me with this matter. So great. I was like, I've got this to a person. This person should be able to answer me. And so then a few hours later, I got this message again. It's like, man, why when I'm talking to a person do I get a bot response? but I got another bot response. This is a basic standard response sent by Kabam's email or support team via email. It's basically a word for word. If you guys have probably seen it, you probably, if you sent anything to the support team, you've probably gotten this exact same email, word for word, everything like this. I'm thinking, well, at least it started off with a person and not directly from a bot. So maybe I'm going to get something. That's just something they have to send so they can say they're going to look at it. So I just kind of waited and waited. So I waited and waited. This was Thursday afternoon. I waited all Thursday evening, was hoping to get something back, got nothing back. I waited. Woke up Friday morning, maybe to see something, nothing. I actually didn't get a response back until, I would say, just before noon, Friday, Eastern Standard Time. And this was the message, or the message I got was back to, the one I got. And I'm going to get that message for y'all so y'all can see exactly what was said. All right, so then I finally got this message, which was very similar to the one they sent me a few days back. It says that our records indicate this account has been suspended for violation of terms and services. Violations can include account sharing, which I haven't done, or use of the explicit third-party applications, which I haven't done, the author the mechanisms of the game. To ensure the security, and I read it, I was like, wait a minute, to ensure the security of the game, we will be unable to share the exact investigation details that led to the action taken on this account. I was like, wait a minute, what? To ensure the security of our game, we will be unable to share the exact investigation details that led to the action taken on this account. And I was like, wait a minute. So essentially, I've been placed in jail, but unlike criminals who get to know why they were thrown in jail, we, as people who play this game, the only thing we get is you violate terms and services, but we don't have to tell you which one. That's like saying, well, you broke the law, but we don't have to tell you which one. It could be jaywalking. It could be murder. I was like, that doesn't sound fair. There are a lot of people who play this game, who give up many, many hours of their time pushing through content, give up money to buy crystals, buy units, do whatever to advance the game. Everybody at some point, form, or fashion has sacrificed something to help push the game. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Ghost, are you calling for a boycott? No, I'm not calling for a boycott. I'm not calling for anything of the sort. It took me a few days to come up with an idea of what I wanted to do. And I went to talk to my mentor to figure out my mentors. Actually, I have a couple people who actually contacted about this. Dorky Dave and Dragon and Kareem and Killa and SKO, which SKO you guys don't really hear me talk about much anymore because he's retired from the game. And some of them I had got mixed reviews from everybody. So I was like, okay, so let's think about this of like how I want to go forward with this. Cause a 7-day ban is a long time. It's a lot of progression that you lose out on. It's a long time especially if you're an alliance officer or leader, you lose out on, as a leader, I'm losing out on every interaction that I need to have with my team to kind of put us in our best position to make sure that wars are being won, moves are being made correctly. People aren't taking time off from the game and putting the rest of the team in jeopardy to feel like they have to finish things up without them and things like that. And so it's really, really hard as an alliance leader to kind of move forward from this message and say, you're going to tell me that I can't do, I can't log into the game. I can't tell you why you can't log into the game. I'm just going to tell you violated terms and services. And Kabam, for all the things that this game has done as far as bringing people together from all around the world, all the characters that you guys brought into the game. And we have issues. We drop inputs. We have lag issues. We have all kinds, so many issues. But we all still keep coming back to the game. Why? Because we love the game. We love the game. We love the game that we play. We love the game that we dedicated our time and our effort to. And when you say on one hand, We want to be one. We want to be more open as a community to you, versus that then saying, but over here you just violated something, but we don't have to tell you what. That to me, this sounds like you're hiding behind a curtain. And the unfortunate reality of it is anybody at any time can be banned for any reason, and they don't have to be told. You could never have done nothing wrong like I have, at least not knowingly have done anything wrong like I have, because I still don't know what I've done wrong. I've never done any things that you are highlighting here in this email, but for some reason, I'm banned. And that could happen to anybody else in the game. So, no, I'm not calling for a boycott. What I am calling is that for us as a community to get together and say, hey, Kabam, accountability wise, we're not saying that you have to make it public to each and every alliance, but for most part, all of us log into the game with some kind of email address, which means you have access to us to say, hey, you're being banned for XYZ reasons. You don't have to say if someone reported us, you don't have to tell us who that was. You just have to say these are the reasons. And if you have a way to prove that it wasn't you or you didn't violate this, then please respond back to this email within X amount of hours. And we'll be glad to help walk through and see what we can do to take action. Otherwise, here's your ban. But just to log into the game with no explanation, no thought process of I've ever thought about that I would log into the game and I'd be banned for any reason because I've done nothing wrong. Nothing in my mind I've done wrong. I am a new YouTuber. I am probably really considering thinking about joining the CCP. I'm an alliance leader. I've advocated for Kabam as far as when things do go wrong, let's try to pull together like changes to the game, such as Act 6. Can't use anything but 5 and 6 stars. People like me will be like, well, we just have to look at our 5 and 6 star rosters and kind of maybe look at what we have available to move forward. Granted, not everything. My YouTube page is small, so the things that I do are going to hit the smaller market. But I'm in line with people like Dorky Dave, Brian Grant, the UMCOC podcast, people who are looking forward to pushing the positivity to the community, moving forward into the game. And to get hit with something like this kind of also puts people like me, who are the average everyday player, kind of like, well, why would I want to continue forward? And so I was like, So I really thought about it long and hard, and this is what I came up with. So this is what I came up with. I decided that I'm not going to leave the game. I'm not going to leave the game for one big reason only. I did just really start growing my YouTube page. And for my subscribers, they come to my page probably a little bit for my personality, but because I do something in MCOC. And whether it's just crystal openings or videos from the homies or my war videos or a combination of all that in between, or we're just friends in the game and you guys just want to support your boy Ghost Dog, all that's greatly appreciated. So I'm not going to leave the game. I'm going to continue to keep pushing forward in the game. But what I would ask is that, bam, please, please, please show your accountability to not just me, but to all summoners who are banned, and figure out a way to let them know why they were banned. It can be easily done in a simple email. You have the email address. Obviously, you have mine. We've had 4 or 5 different conversations already. My account's tied to my email. Majority of people's accounts are tied to some kind of email. Now, I can't guarantee that everybody has that exact email address on file, but that actually works for them. But that's my legit email address. So easily said like, hey, this is what was going on. And at least let me know what charges are being brought against me outside of you violate terms and services. Like, again, like I said, it's like saying you broke the law, but we don't have to tell you which law you broke. It could be, it could be any law that you can get thrown in jail for. So to me, you're not doing. If you continue to keep going this route, you're going to keep driving a wedge between Seminar and yourself. For people like me who are average game players who do everything on their own, who've never done anything wrong, who never bought anything outside the game, only thing, I'm at a loss for why I was banned. But I'm advocating for not just myself, but for everybody in the community. And I hope that you guys look at this YouTube page and catch this and reach out to me and let's have a discussion on how we can bridge this gap a little bit better than just saying, yeah, we don't have to tell you. I just think that's kind of not a very good practice overall for someone who works in a very highly regulated company. If I were to just put out, you violated, we're just going to close it. That's not going to fly where I work at. I don't understand how you guys can get away with it either. And you guys might want to take a look at that just a little bit further and say, okay, we don't have to go down into great detail, but this was the reason why you were banned. And then at that point, maybe the seminar just didn't know. And if they didn't know, now they know. But if you just go with something like that, I'm gonna continue to keep doing what I do in the game. And if I get banned again, then at that point you're gonna be probably forcing people's hands to be like, I can't continue to keep going this route because I've done nothing wrong, but you guys keep saying I'm doing something wrong, and so I'm being banned. So hopefully this video reaches out to everybody. For those who are on my channel, share it with your alliance mates. Drop it in a line. Let's have a discussion. Put it down in the description or in the comments below on if this has ever happened to you. If it has happened to you, were you successful on getting your ban voided? If not, let me know that as well. Let me know if you've never been banned. Let me know if this is something that you would think that going forward, if something like this were to happen to you, how would you react? Let's have a discussion about this. Thanks everybody for watching. It's your boy Ghost Dog. I'll be back in a few days. Videos for the homies will still be going on as scheduled. So catch that Sunday night, Monday morning, depending on how quick I get my editing done for that. And so we will see you guys then. Until then,